today we are starting with revision. And the first thing we did this term in this term, I almost said in this section, no, this term was graphs. So I have a few things here that are going to help us revise graphs a little bit. If you feel like today's lesson is a bit fast, remember we already did these things, okay? There are videos that already exist to do with graphs, okay? So just make sure you check those out. If there's anything today that I'm doing that you're not quite sure of, you still need to practice, then yeah. Now, first things first, we're going to find coordinates or ordered pairs, okay? So the instruction is complete the table. Yes, that's true, Si. Complete the table and then write them down as ordered pairs. So I'm going to ask -1 and 2. Are we going to substitute those where we see a X or where we see a Y in my formula? So those two that I just highlighted now, -1 and 2, where do we substitute them? Do we substitute them where we see X or Y? Nice, Sanele, Mamelo, there we go. Woo! We substitute them where we see a X, okay? And then 16, 8, and 12, where do we substitute those? That's okay, Sai. We are here for revision. Okay, so it's okay to make mistakes. Wonderful. Those are output values. So we substitute them where we see the Y. If you're ever not sure, just look at the column heading. Okay, it's okay, Kwezi. Welcome. Now let's substitute. First one says Y equals -4. Now instead of X, what am I going to put in next to -4 there? Instead of X, what am I going to substitute? -1, thank you. Plus 8. What's -4 multiplied by -1? A negative and a negative give you what? Thank you, a positive. And then 4 times 1, as Jason has told us so nicely, this will be a positive. 4 plus 8. Therefore, Y is how much? Nice, we are on fire, we're moving fast. 12 is my output. Okay, hopefully this has jogged some people's memory. If you didn't remember this quite well, hopefully now you remember it. Yes, Palesa. Is Palesa doing some more with me?
Ma'am, I can try to find the first one.
Okay, let's do it.
So, ma'am, we're gonna say Y equals -4, X plus 8, and then we're gonna say 16 equals -4, X plus 8. Then, ma'am, we're gonna say -4X equals 16 minus 8.
Okay, -4X equals 16 minus 8, okay.
And then -4X equals 8.
Equals 8.
And then you're gonna divide each side by 8. I mean by -4.
Okay.
And then therefore X is equals to -2.
Beautiful. Woo!
Thank you.
Beautiful. We have a -2 over there. Okay, Narisha. Let's hear Narisha. It's fine. It's fine, Sai, if you don't add the therefore. Okay. I feel like everyone in here might have PTSD from being taught by teacher Coco, because she would be like, therefore, and if you don't put that therefore, we would have trouble. Okay, Narisha, did you have a question? You're unmuted. See, people who had teacher Coco have PTSD. They know that you have to do the therefore. Okay, let's do the 8. Do I substitute the 8 where I have an X or where I have a Y? What do you guys say? Y. Wonderful. So then I am writing in such a weird way, like I'm closing the space for myself. Let me do this and write in the middle. So then I'll have 8 equals -4X plus 8, right? I'm going to take 8 over to that side. So I'm going to have -4X equals 8 minus 8. So negative 4x is 0, divided by negative 4, divided by negative 4. Therefore, x is 0. Okay, we already have an answer. Thank you. We already have another answer. Yes, it's our intercept. Beautiful, Abu. It is our intercept. Yes, Siam Tanda. Siam Tanda. You may unmute. There we go.
Ma'am,
Mhm.
I'd like to answer why.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so it's y equals to negative 4, open bracket 2, plus 8. This looks like a plus 8, ma'am.
Okay.
Then it's 8 plus then 8 is negative 8 plus 8, which is
Okay.
0.
Nice. So, okay, I'll ask just now. Thank you very much. Let's do the last one. Let's do the last one. Am I substituting 12 at x or at y? Am I substituting 12 at x or at y? At y. So it's going to be 12 equals to negative 4x plus 8. The 8 goes over, what happens? 12 minus 8. So negative 4x is equal to 4 divided by, what am I dividing by? Negative 4 divided by negative 4. Therefore, x is negative. Did I substitute properly? Yes, because here's the output already. Hey, boo. Yes, I did. Hectic. Okay, guys. Have we answered the full question, though? It said complete the table, so we've done the first part. But there's something missing here. What did they ask us in the instruction to do? What did they ask us to do in the instruction? Ordered pairs. We have not written them as ordered pairs. I need you guys to write me down the first one as an ordered pair. You have to write them correctly. Me, I want to hear how you guys are writing them. Yes, Palisa?
Ma'am, so the first one is going to be negative 2, semicolon, 16.
Because I was going to be like, you can't just tell me what to write. You must tell me exactly what to write. Okay, so it's open bracket, negative 2, semicolon, 16, close bracket. Next one is?
Next one is open brackets, negative 1, semicolon, 12, close bracket.
Nice. Next one.
Next one is open bracket 0, semicolon, 8, close bracket.
Nice. Next one. Okay. For a moment, I thought I'm the one who was disconnected. I was like, hello. Okay. The last one is 2 and 0. And I am not going to write the last one because it's the same as one we've already written. Now, guys, which one is our x-intercept and which one is our y-intercept? Maybe I should name these A, B, C, and D. Which one is my x-intercept? Okay, someone said D is x-intercept. How do you know that? How do we know which one is the intercept, guys? You guys are brilliant at, the y, someone says C is the x-intercept. Let's start with x-intercept. Oh, Abu. So we know that D is our x-intercept because y is 0. You guys remember, y is 0. So then D has to be your x-intercept. Remember, they are opposite. So for the x-intercept, y is 0. So then for your y-intercept, what is 0? What's 0 for the y-intercept, guys? X is 0. Nice. So then that means that C is our what intercept? C is our, which intercept is it? C is our y-intercept, guys. Look carefully. So if X is 0, remember how we write coordinates? The X comes first and then your Y. If X is 0, which it is there, then it is your y-intercept. But if Y is 0, which is over there, then it is your x-intercept. There we go. What's confusing you guys? Let's raise our hand. What's confusing us? Okay, it doesn't help that we say confused and lost, guys. Come, let's raise our hand and tell us where we got lost. Why is a y-intercept? A y-intercept means it cuts the graph at the y-axis, okay? So if you have a graph, let's see. You have a graph. Eesh. Maybe I should use 2 different colors to get my point across. Let me do this. Okay. Okay. Which one is my y-axis? The green or the red one? Which one is my y-axis? Red. So this is y. E, and then I write it in a green color. The red one. So this is y. Okay. Which one is my x-axis? X. Okay. So if you have a graph, I have a graph. I'm going to draw a random graph. Boom. There we go. So there, over there where it cuts the y-axis, we call that the y-intercept. Okay, right? That was a beautiful graph. And over there where it cuts the x-axis, we call it the x-intercept. Now, guys, if you are finding the coordinate of this y-intercept, can you see that it cannot be, x has to be 0 because it is where the origin is. The only place where you're moving is the y-intercept. So you're only moving up and down the y-intercept. But there in the middle is 0. So over here, x has to be 0. Do you see that? And then here by the x-intercept, if we're moving across the x-axis, then y has to be 0. Do you see what I mean, guys? Do you see why the coordinates for the x-intercept and y-intercept are the way they are? There we go. Zoe is with us. I'm very happy about that. There we go. So the only way this will be an intercept is if the other one is a 0. Otherwise, it won't be an intercept. It'll just be a point, a random point on the graph. Wonderful. Okay, I have found us. We are here. So if you don't have a graph, just like we didn't over, it's easy to see it if we have a graph because you just go to the graph and see it. But if we don't have a graph, like in this case, you look at your coordinates. So they're always opposite, guys. For the y-intercept, your x is 0. And this is how we write coordinates. So if the first one is a 0, like C, that would be your y-intercept. If the second one is 0, like D, that would be your x-intercept. Done. Okay. Math is mathing. Does anyone want to take a screenshot quickly before I rub this little mini graph out? Time is flying. Yay, we are making sense. Okay, hopefully everyone who wanted to take a screenshot has taken it. Let's do this. Okay. Wonderful. Now let us do the next graph. Okay, we're only going to have time to do one more because I have a lot more stuff for us to do. What did I just do, guys? Okay. Whew. Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. It's sorted. Technology is not my friend at this moment. Okay. Thank you. Tandolwe 2 is already working. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Okay. Is this graph a linear graph? Is this a linear graph? Abu said yes. Are you sure it is a straight line? Abu, what does a square do? What does a square do? There we go. Thank you. I like it when we unpack our own thinking, Abu. That is a very good skill to have. It's a very good skill to have. Where you think and then you unpack it and you're like, why do I say this? Is this true? Do these conditions work? And if they don't, then you have a very complete answer, right? You're not just guessing. That is a useful skill to have. There we go. Okay. And speaking of the square, all the output values will be positive or negative. Do you think, let me ask this, do you think it's possible for my output values to be negative? Nice. Why not, Abu? Why can't my output values be negative? Oh, you guys are such geniuses. Man, I feel like taking you guys to my school where I work and be like, look at my kids. Look what they're saying. They can't, guys, because we're squaring them. If you take any number squared, you make it positive. There we go. Abu has said it nicely in a sentence for us. So all of our outputs in this table will be either 0 or positive. Wonderful. Now let's do it. Start with the -2. Do I substitute -2 where there's an X or where there is a Y? Over there. Does that negative go where there is a X or where there is a Y? Thank you, Jason. So Y equals -2 minus 2 squared. This gives me -4 squared. What's -4 squared? Thank you, Bradley. You wrote that down way before we even did anything. Oh, be careful, Jace. Be careful. Be careful. You, English is like tap out. I'm done. I'm on holiday. You've been talking too much today. It's positive, guys, because remember, -4 squared means -4 times -4. And 2 negatives always give you a... My handwriting also just tapped out now for a second. 2 negatives always give you a positive. So it's -4 times -4, which will be positive 16. There we go. Okay, now, yes, Palesa.
And then I want to ask how, because when you type it on your calculator, it gives you -16.
Oh, geez, I didn't hear anything. You said what?
I wanted to ask, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
When you put the square root sign, it gives you a -16 when you type it on your calculator.
You put the square root sign where?
On your calculator, it gives you a -16, but then when you break it down, it gives you positive 16.
Oh, do you know why, Palesa?
No, ma'am, I don't know why.
Because on your calculator, if you say -2 squared like this, né?
Yes, ma'am.
What it does is it says -2 times 2. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it doesn't
Oh,
square the negative as well. So
oh,
you
I
have to put the negative in the bracket to tell your calculator that I am square rooting the negative as well. Otherwise, it
okay.
takes it as the negative is outside, and then it first square roots, and then it multiplies with the negative outside. Do you see?
Yes, ma'am. I see. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, that was a good question, guys. Calculator skills. If you are squaring a negative number using your calculator, make sure you put it in brackets. So you must say -2 all squared. If you say -2 squared like this, it's going to take this negative as a separate number. So it's going to say negative times that, and that'll give you -4. Okay. Wonderful. That was a brilliant question. Now let's continue. Okay, there's a lot going on in the chat. Yay! Guys, we all proud Africans. Please, you can't gossip. We are all watching. Okay, so next one is a 9. Am I substituting my 9 at the X or at the Y? Your time is flying. Am I substituting 9 at X or Y? Thank you very much. Sigh. Beautiful. So you're going to say 9 is equal to X minus 2 all squared. Oh, a lot going on here. Lot going on here. What's going on now, guys? What do you guys think is going on? Alessa says X equals 5. There's something that you forgot. Something that you forgot, Palesa. Okay, yes, okay, I agree. We square root both sides. But what was my rule about introducing a square root? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember what my rule was about introducing a square root? Okay, Sai, remember we're trying to get rid of the square. The X is inside a bracket that has a square outside. So how do you get rid of a square? You square root. So you do the inverse operation. Okay, you're welcome. But there was a condition to introducing a square. And I want to hear if anyone remembers it. No, that wasn't it. I said if a question doesn't have a square. If a question doesn't have a square, then it's fine. You can just solve it the way it is. But I said if you introduce a square to a question, you have to say what in front? We don't remember. Ha! So I got it. We have to say plus or minus. Guys, plus or minus. Anybody? Okay, no, you guys should know why, because we just spoke about it. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, so I agree that 3 squared is 9. Okay, I agree with that. What's negative 3 squared? What's negative 3 squared? It's also 9. Do you guys understand why I'm saying plus or minus? There are 2 possible solutions for square rooting 9. You can get 9 by squaring 2 different numbers. Do you guys understand? Because 3 squared is 9, but so is negative 3 squared. Do you guys see what I mean? 3 squared is 9, but so is negative 3 squared. So if you introduce a square root into a question, right? You have to say plus or minus. No, it's not, Abu. What's negative times negative? Negative 3 times negative 3. What's a negative times negative? It's a positive. And 3 times 3 is? 3 times 3 is 9. You see? 3 times 3 is 9. So if you introduce a square root in a question, remember to say plus or minus, because there are 2 different solutions for the square root of 9. Okay, so plus or minus 3 will be equal to x minus 2. Okay, now what? What do I do with this 2 to get rid of it? Maybe I should write them as 2 different things because people might be confused. Okay, so what this means is 3 is equal to x minus 2, or negative 3 is equal to x minus 2. There are 2 solutions. Okay, we carry the 2 over. Okay, and then when it goes over, the 3 becomes what? The 3 becomes the 2, excuse me, the 2 becomes positive, right? There we go. So therefore, x is equal to positive 5, or x is equal to negative 1. Abu has gotten it. There are 2 different solutions. Rapafadzo, raise your hand so we can talk about it. I know you're not the only one who doesn't understand. Raise your hand, let's talk about it. It's important that we get this because I know teachers are going to try and trick you. I'm one of them. I know I've done it. Yes, Ropafazo. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, ma'am.
You good?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Wonderful.
got lost here. The only thing I know is the square roots here. After that, where does ma'am get the 3?
What's the square root of 9?
It's 3, ma'am.
You're so cute, Ropafazo. You're so cute. So let's talk about this, Ropafazo, yeah?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I said the original question, did it have a square root? No, it didn't, right? All we
Yes,
had
ma'am.
9 equals x minus 2 squared. That's all we had, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we want to get rid of the squared. How do I get rid of the squared?
Square root. The
Square root.
square root.
Okay. Square root. But, Rapafazo, I said there are 2 possible ways to get 9. Did you agree with that? 3 squared is 9, right? Because it's 3 times 3,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
But what's negative 3 squared?
It's also 9, ma'am.
Also 9. So do you see that there are 2 possible solutions for the square root of 9?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to say that. You need to say this will be positive or negative 3. You see what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm writing them as 2 different sentences because the first one says either 3 is equal to x minus 2 or negative 3 is equal to x minus 2. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So then you solve them as 2 different equations. You take the 2 over, you take the 2 over. In this one, you're going to have, on the left-hand side, you're going to have 3 plus 2. You agree? For this equation.
Yes, ma'am.
And for this one, you're going to have negative 3 plus 2. You agree?
Yes, ma'am. But can't you do one? Must you do both?
You have to do both. Can I show you why?
Yes, ma'am.
Because when you substitute both of them, you're going to go back to the solution line. And remember we said this isn't a linear graph? Let me show you guys why you have to do both. Remember we said this is a linear graph? This is not a linear graph.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, this graph, guys, show you what it looks like. If I can draw a straight line again, that would be fabulous. This graph looks like this. Yee, that was terrible. That was actually scary. That's even scarier, but you guys get the point. Okay. This graph looks like this. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Rapafadzo, if this coordinate on this side, if y is 2 over there, what is y on this side?
Negative 2.
Y, not x, y. Y is this one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if y is 2 over there, then over there, how much is y?
1.
We went in a straight line. Do you see that?
4.
It's still 2. We didn't move up or down.
Oh.
Remember, y only changes if you go up or down. And if you're there, if y is 4 over there and you go straight across, what will y be over there?
4.
You see why there are 2 possible solutions?
Yes, ma'am.
Because of the way this graph looks. Everyone in the chat, I am about to block it because we're not listening. Do you understand now, Rapafadzo?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
There we go. You're welcome. Mamelo says, why doesn't the sign change? It does, but the X sign changes, Mamelo. So over here, this graph is symmetric. Let's talk about symmetry. So if this point over here for the graph is negative 2, excuse me, this is negative. If this side is negative 2 and it's symmetric, then this side will be positive 2. Do you see where the double solutions come from, Mamelo? And if here over here is, let's say, -5, then over here where the graph touches will be a +5. So this graph is symmetric. You walk the same distance from there to there and from there to there. That's why you have two possible solutions for one y value. Okay, Mamelo. So here, the y hasn't changed. The y is 2 on both sides, right? Because we didn't go up or down. So the y is still 2. But your x changes because for the first one, you're on the negative side of x. But for the second one, you're on the positive side of x. So for y is 2, for the same y, you have 2 different x values. Okay, I hope we're all feeling better about that now. Those who are listening, of course, I see you guys in the chat. Okay, I hope we're feeling better about it now. There we go. Squidward says it makes sense. If you see the graph, it makes much more sense because y doesn't change. Okay, so y will stay the same, but your x's will reflect. Okay, so x on this side is -2. On that side, it will be +2. They're the same value, just different symbols. If x on this side was -5, on the other side would be +5, but your y's will be the same because the graph, it goes down, but then it comes right back up and it reflects. It's like the graph is reflecting itself. Okay, oh, nice. I like when you guys understand. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This we've done. Now let us find the equation of the graph. Who remembers how to do this? Equation of the graph. Anyone? Ideas? Palisa's hand is up. Let's see if Palisa remembers how to do this. Yes, Palisa.
Is it the y minus mx plus c?
No. Okay, you can find it like that, actually. You can find it like that. But there's another one that says constant difference. Let's do it both ways. How about we do it both ways? Let's do y equals
problem.
mx. Okay, let me write it down. What's m?
M is the gradient.
Gradient. So what's the formula for gradient?
Formula for gradient is change in y divided by change in x.
Change in y over the change in x. And that will be?
Y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2.
Okay. Okay, which one are you choosing to be y1?
Then we can take the place 1, 7, 1, 7, and 2 top.
Okay, we're going to use these coordinates.
Yes.
That's okay. So the y's, let's check the y's.
The y's will be 7 and 12. Y1 is 7
Okay, 7 minus 12. And then at the bottom,
over 1 over 2. 1
One.
minus 20.
There we go. Okay, what's 7 minus 12?
It is -5
5.
over
Mhm.
-1.
Negative. Okay, and then my final answer will be?
Therefore, we have 5.
Positive 5. So now we have our m. Y equals 5x plus c, but we're not done. We need c. How do we get c?
Now, to get C, we're going to take one place of the coordinates and then substitute it with y and x. Then we can solve it.
Okay, which one are we choosing?
We can take 3 and 17.
3 and 17. Okay,
So it's going to
I
be
substitute the 3 and 17.
so it's going to be 17 equals 5x open bracket 3 close bracket plus 3.
Okay,
So 17 equals 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3.
okay,
And then when I say C equals 17 minus 15 which
If
is 2.
nice, C equals 2. So then my equation is y
Y
equals
equals 5x plus 2.
beautifully done. Beautifully done. Nice, Balisa. I love it. Okay, guys. Hopefully we were all following. Yes, I do see the time. Don't worry. Yes, you substitute, Abu. So you use 2 coordinates, it doesn't matter which ones, to find your gradient. And then you can use a third coordinate to find your C value. Okay. If you want to do it in the multiplier way, that's fine as well. Yes, Kwezi, do you have a question? That's fine. Okay, so now that we have our equation, let's find A and a B. How am I going to find A, guys? This method is easier, Abu, but remember when I first taught you the multiply, we hadn't done gradients yet. So you can just use the gradient formula. Because back then I couldn't tell you about the gradient before we did it, because then I was just going to confuse everyone. But now that we all know the gradient, we don't have to go through all of that, guys. We can just use the gradient. Could you have done indirect and direct proportion? Well, they could ask you about proportion, Kwezi. Okay, is this direct or indirect proportion? To which you will say what? Is this direct or indirect proportion, guys? That's true, Lindiwe, but if we hadn't done it here with me, then I can't just throw it on you guys, okay? Is this direct or indirect proportion? Does anyone know how we determine it? It is direct proportion because as one value increases, so does the other. Okay, direct means when x increases, y also increases. So let's look. 0, 1, 2, 3, x is increasing, right? And then let's look at y. 2, 7, 12, 17, y is also increases. So that makes this a direct proportion graph. So indirect means if x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then y will be 10, 5, 0, -5. The other one will decrease. Okay, wonderful. So let's find A and B. Is there anyone who actually found them? Anyone who found A and B? Nice. Okay, let's see. Y equals 5 times 14 plus 2, which is indeed 72 for A. And then for B, you're welcome, Kwezi. Does anyone have B yet? That's 102 equals 5x plus 2. Then you take the 2 over. So then you'll have 102 minus 2. I'm not sure why I'm writing it so far in the corner. 102 minus 2. I don't know what's going on with my handwriting, guys. My handwriting is tapping out. We need a brain break after this. Equals beautiful piece of art. You guys are actually hilarious. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Therefore, x is 20. Okay, so A will be 72 and B is 20. Wonderful. Okay, while you guys screenshot, I'm going to do a thumbs up, thumbs down check. Maybe I should zoom this out so that you can screenshot everything at once. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Ah, Michael, you are wonderful. You're so kind. Okay, if we're all still with me, then it's yes, Tando. It is just like general rule. Okay, just like general rule. Mamelo, I don't know what that means. Okay, have we all screenshotted? I hope so. You guys might kill me for today's brain break, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's find out if today's brain break will give your brain a break or if today's brain break will break your brain in true fashion of Miss Cat. Okay, you guys need to fill in these symbols to make the statement true. Okay, you can fill in brackets as well. Actually, you have to fill in brackets in order for this thing to work. So you're going to tell me where to put brackets, and then you're going to tell me where to put which sign, and then we'll be good. Okay, let's go for it. There's your brain break. And it suddenly went quiet. Avril already has an answer. Yes, Avril. We can unmute. Oh, where's Avril? Okay, Wanga, let's hear. Jaw dropping. But so many of you guys say you've got it. Okay. Ropofazo says 2 times 1. Okay, Ropofazo has gotten us started. Let's see. 2 times 1.
Yes, it's times 6 plus 6.
Okay. Someone said 2 times 1. Oh, 2 plus 1. You said 2 plus 1 times 6 times 6. No brackets, I'm guessing. 2 plus 1 times 6 times 6. I can't see how this can work. No, I don't think so. Come on, guys. Brackets. Okay. Oh, Wanga has it. It looks like 2 divided by 1 plus 6 times 6. Where should I put brackets, Wanga? Otherwise, it doesn't work. Oh, let's say 2 divided by 1 brackets. But you said then 6 plus 6. The brackets go there. Okay, because 2 divided by 1 is how much? 2 divided by 1? No, you don't have to use all of them. It's 2, and then 2 plus 6. 8. So in the bracket, we're going to have 8 times 6. How much is 8 times 6? You guys asked for brain breaks. Hi, Bo. There we go. Do you guys want another one? There's another one. Okay, I want to know what goes in there. I would like to know what goes in there. What time is it? 18:50. That is even worse. But guys, you guys don't know what you want from me. There's the last one. Okay, this one I feel like is easy. Easier. Okay, which one has the incorrect colors? We're doing the shapes one. I think it's much simpler to figure out. Which shape has the wrong color? So we have shapes 1 until 6. You guys need to tell me which one has the wrong color and why. Hi, but guys, come on. Abu says 2. Palisa, why do you which one?
Ma'am, 5 and 6.
Only
No.
one.
Oh, 5, 5, ma'am.
He says 5 is the wrong color. Simone
Yes.
says 6. Okay. Why is 5 the wrong color?
Because, ma'am, the circle is yellow. Are we looking at the big one or the small one?
Both shapes.
Yeah, ma'am, because 0 is yellow and the other side is Red.
Not quite. Let's see
Yeah,
what
but
we
this
like. Look, I'm back. Leave me alone. Ogutle, do you have an idea?
Hi, ma'am.
Let's hear.
Ma'am, I think it's one.
Why do you think it's one?
Because, ma'am, one has only it has blue and yellow, and the rest has like blue, red, yellow, red.
You are cheating. Which has the wrong color? That's the question, Tandulit.
Ma'am, it's one. One. Yeah, ma'am.
It's not one. It's not one.
Ma'am, I swear, ma'am.
Not one.
Oh, ma'am.
You said all of them are wrong. Yo, you guys are finishing me. I actually can't. Rapapa says either 5 or 6. Someone says 4. Mamelo, do you think you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Which
My
one is it?
answer is three.
6.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is 6 wrong?
Because the circle inside is green and the other
Boo,
one
boo,
is
boo, boo.
yellow.
Guys, the shapes are the same colors everywhere except
Mhm.
at number 6. Nice, Mamelo. That was a beautiful one. Okay,
Thank you.
look, guys. Look, Mamelo got it. The circle is always yellow. Do you see that? Check there. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And then suddenly it's red. All the other shapes are the same color everywhere. Look, the square is red, the square is red, the square is red, the square is red. That's correct. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The hexagon is red. Blue, 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 blue. So the only thing that's off is this circle here because it's supposed to be yellow. I think that was a nice one. Boom. Number 6 is wrong. Woo. Wonderful. Wonderful. Rapapat is like, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice anything. They didn't teach us this in primary school. Okay. So let's finish off strong. Let's like, let's try again. There's no other one. Let's try. Let's try. Okay, we have a bunch of graphs here, and I want us to speak about number E. Okay. So first thing is first, before we even work out the gradient, is this an increasing or a decreasing graph? Is number E an increasing or a decreasing graph? Okay, Rapafat says decreasing. Okay, we're talking about number E. We don't have time to do all of them. So we have agreed that it is decreasing. Wonderful. So for everybody who might be confused, okay, can I zoom in a bit? Of course. Let's make this picture bigger. Okay, there's E over there. So it is decreasing. Okay. If it looks like the plane is landing, it's going down, then it's a decreasing graph. But with A, if it looks like the plane is taking off, that would be an increasing graph. Okay, so if my graph is decreasing, guys, is my gradient expected to be negative or positive? Do we expect the gradient to be negative or positive? Oh, it feels like you guys have been studying hard. Negative. Okay, it is negative. If your graph is decreasing, then your gradient is, you're welcome, your gradient will be negative. Now the question says we've already done the positive and negative. We've already done the decreasing. Now we need to find the equation of the graphs. And to do that, we need the gradient. Don't you agree? Let's start with the gradient. M equals, what's my formula for gradient? Let's remind each other. What's the formula for gradient? Yes, m is less than 0. That's a nice way to write it. For gradient, y1 minus y2 divided by x1 over minus x2. Okay, equals. So Abu has chosen -4 and 0. So Abu has chosen these 2 points. So I'm going to go with them. This one and this one. Okay, so at the top is the y's. So it's the 2 minus 0 over -4 minus 0 equals. What's 2 minus 0? Okay, no, I'm not going to ask that.